High school sports on Ticket TV is presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor and Ellsworth. Nothing runs like a deer. Darling's Auto Group. You'll do better at Darling's. Visit darlings.com. Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. The Furniture Gallery, a family-owned Maine company with locations in Bangor, Augusta, and North Windham. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, the place to be in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop source for office equipment and office furniture. Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing since 1971. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. And Northeast Driving School, Greater Bangor's #1 driving school for 56 years. Eastern Maine Community College, one college, many possibilities. Visit emcc.edu. High school sports on Ticket TV is also brought to you by Maine Trailer, Dairy Queen in Old Town and Bangor, Uno Pizzeria and Grill, Acadia Federal Credit Union, Flash Me Maine Photo Booth Rentals, Autumn of Life Home Care, Black Fly Coffee, Angela's Pizzeria, Hartford's Auto Service, UMaine Online, Old Town Redemption Center, the Coach House Restaurant, UMaine Athletics, Bennett Auto Center, Tiller and Rye, Orno and Callis IGA, The Growing Place, Bangor Tire Company, Pat's Pizza in Hamden, Union Street Laundromat and Dry Cleaning, Danforth's Down Home Supermarkets, AM Construction and Roofing, Doors Equipment Company, Hillside Athletics, The Fitch Company, Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales, Tim's Plumbing, The Farmer's Table, Knowlton Automotive, American Made Home Goods, Back Alley Bar and Grill, RT Electrical, Auto Radiator Services, Mainstay Skincare, Bucksport Hannaford, Mainly Audio, Maniac Snack Shack and Snip and Snack, Sweet Frog, Union Street Towing, Sweet Cheeks Bakery, Creative Options LLC, Brewer Federal Credit Union, Down East Toyota, Husson University, Harvey RV, Seaboard Federal Credit Union, Thomas College, First National Bank, Napa Auto Parts, and Hammond Lumber Company. Let's get you out to the game.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bangor on another beautiful night for soccer here on Ticket TV. Cameron Stadium is the venue for tonight's action between the Rams and the Witches. A rivalry matchup on the pitch here, Class A boys soccer, as we begin the Darlings pregame show on Ticket TV. I'm Mark Paulette, joined in the Quirk broadcast booth by Chris Hoare for the call of tonight's game. The Brewer Witches looking for their first victory of the season, a team, Chris, that we had in a match last week against Hamden, and the Bangor Rams looking to even up the early season record at 2-2.
Yeah, when you get to this game, it's being Bangor Brewer, it's always a rivalry game, of course. So the records kind of go out the window. These teams could be 0-6, and the other team could be 6-0, and it's going to be a great game. It's just the rivalry just heats up these guys, and they want to play to win, and there's a lot of school spirit involved.
Gets that extra charge underneath them as you take a look at the Class A North standings. Bangor with the 1-2-0 record in 9th place right now. Brewer and Oxford Hills down at the bottom at 0-3. Everybody's chasing Mount Ararat up top at 4-0. Camden Hills also unbeaten at 3-0, as is Brunswick, 3-0-0 the record there. And Mount Blue hanging out in the third spot, occupying third place right now in Class A with a record of 2-1. A look at the Class A standings presented by Acadia Federal Credit Union. They're a full-service financial institution with 8 branches, 3 of them in Bangor, and a new location coming to Brewer. Find out how Acadia can enrich your life at acadiafcu.org. Coverage on Ticket TV is presented by Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a Deere. And extra value meals are officially back. McDonald's is making bold moves to put value back on the menu so you can save when you make your favorites a meal. Whether you love the Big Mac, crave the Quarter Pounder with cheese, or can't get enough McNuggets, there's a value meal for you. Stop by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, as well as Wilson Street in Brewer, to find offers you won't want to miss. Getting ready for the kickoff here from Cameron Stadium, about 7 minutes away from player introductions and the anthem ahead of the Rams and the Witches. It's Class A soccer coming your way on Ticket TV.
Darling's Kia is your #1 Kia dealer in Maine, and we've got something for everyone. Whether you're shopping for an all-wheel drive gas, EV, hybrid, or plug-in hybrid, Darling's Kia has a full lineup to choose from. Plus, enjoy affordable lease programs and other incredible deals on award-winning Kias, all covered by our 10-year or 100,000-mile warranty. The best in the business. The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. Shop Darling's Kia.
You'll do better at Darling's.
Your local professional, eco-friendly office space partner is Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At Levesque Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
You deserve a clean car. Let the pros at Dean's Detailing renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy your ride. Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit. Dean'sDetailing.com.
Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center offers fantastic food and drinks in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere with 29 flat-screen TVs for your sports viewing pleasure and an arcade with prizes for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you're looking for a drink at the bar while watching your favorite sports team or trying to find a place to bring the family for a great meal out, Heroes is the place to be. Heroes also offers takeout or catering for any event in the Bangor area, large or small.
Come for the food.
Stay for the friends.
Your local family-owned McDonald's on Wilson Street in Brewer, Union Street and Main Street in Bangor are currently hiring new team members. Schedules that fit your life with full-time, part-time, and flexible schedules that adjust with your needs. Pair individualized schedules with tuition assistance to further your education. It's a great, future-focused combination. Apply today at jobs.mchire.com. Search for your locally owned McDonald's on Wilson Street, Union Street, and Main Street. Explore your future at jobs.mchire.com.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Get looped, get sold with Next Home Experience.
Welcome back to Bangor on Ticket TV. The Rams and the Witches getting ready for the latest rivalry match here. We're about 3.5 minutes away from the players getting introduced in front of the home crowd here for the Bangor side. Ticket TV presented by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. And the Darlings pregame show brought to you by Darlings in Bangor. They have you covered for sales and service. Shop new Ford, VW, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Volvo, and Kia models, or used of all makes. Visit darlings.com. Let's take a look at the rosters, the way these two teams are lining things up this afternoon and evening. And we begin with the visitors from across the river, the Brewer Witches. Their roster comprised of 1 freshman, 3 sophomore, and then 17 upperclassmen, Chris, 8 junior, 9 seniors.
Yeah, as we talked about in the last game, there's a lot of guys up there in the upper class that bring some experience, and then there's some that don't have a lot of experience. So they're building on the season. Every game by game is trying to get experience for themselves, and the younger guys, when they get an opportunity to get in there, building for the future.
And as we take a look at the Rams roster here for head coach Don Erb, a healthy squad of 22, 13 of which are from the senior class.
Yeah, a little bit of different balance between Brewer. Brewer's 8-8 at the upper class, and Bangor's 13 seniors and 3 juniors. So there's a drop-off after that senior class when you get down to your junior class, but 6 sophomores, a little bigger balance at the bottom half of their roster.
Those looks at the roster presented by UMaine Online, 60-plus online degree and certificate programs offered through Maine's flagship university. You can apply now, umaine.edu/online. Coverage on Ticket TV, also presented by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Whether you're watching some sports at the bar, taking the family out for a great meal and some fun, Heroes is the place to be. The official sports grill of Ticket TV in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Our coverage also presented by Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop source for office equipment or office furniture. It's Levesque Business Solutions. Call 942-2226. Still getting going on a busy week here on Ticket TV. Yes, last night we were up in Herman, today in Bangor, an off day tomorrow before heading back up to Herman on Thursday. We'll get you a look at the rest of the schedule coming up throughout the course of our broadcast here between the Rams and the Witches. But right now, those two teams clearing the pitch and getting ready for the introductions at Cameron Stadium. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, it's the kick between Bangor and Brewer up next on Ticket TV.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road. From work trucks to weekend rides. If it's on the road, we're behind it. At Coastal Auto Parts, we're driven by more than engines. We're powered by the people who count on us. Because serving our community is what keeps us going. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
When you're ready to remodel your kitchen, find all the materials and services you need at Hammond Lumber Company. Get inspired by the extensive in-store displays in Hammond's kitchen, bath, and flooring division. Hammond's designers will help you visualize your space before the work begins. And all design fees are refunded when you purchase your materials from them. And Hammond delivers from 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. When it's time for a new kitchen, it's time to bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
With Thomas College, it's possible to earn a degree in 3 years and a master's in 1. It's possible to find yourself graduating career ready through one of the nation's first guaranteed jobs programs. It's possible to become the future you, the one you dream to be. Because for 130 years, we've been dedicated to helping students unlock their possible. Because we're in the business of possible. That's Thomas College. Unlock your possible at thomas.edu.
New or used? What's your preference? If you prefer to buy used, it's smart to buy a Toyota certified used vehicle from Down East. Here's why. All vehicles go through a rigorous 160-point inspection. They come with comprehensive and powertrain warranties, a Carfax history report, and 7 years of roadside assistance. Plus, qualified buyers get low new car financing rates. It's true, the best new cars do make the best used cars. For Toyota certified used vehicles, all roads lead to Down East on Wilson Street in Brewer.
For over 80 years, Seaboard Federal Credit Union has been putting its members first. Founded in 1940, we've grown alongside our communities with branches in Bucksport, Ellsworth, and Herman. We're not a big bank, and we're proud of that. We're member-owned, community-driven, and here to help you build a better financial future. Whether it's saving for a goal, buying your first home, or simply managing everyday life. Seaboard Federal Credit Union, the smart place for your money.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Acadia Federal Credit Union keeps you in touch with your money using our mobile app, Acadia Go. Access your account anytime, anywhere. Check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and even deposit checks with the tap of a button. That's not all. Now with Apple Pay, use your fingerprint to pay for purchases. It's quick and your account information is never shared. Apple Pay is safe and private. Acadia Federal Credit Union. We keep you mobile.
Have you tried the new Happy Hour specials at Uno Pizzeria and Grill? Just $6 gets you cheesy garlic bread, mozzarella sticks, buffalo chicken quesadillas, cheeseburger sliders, and much more, Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m., 9 to close, and all day Sundays. Don't forget about the dough raiser at Uno's. Schedule a dough raiser for your local fundraiser and earn up to 25% of event sales. Contact your local Uno Pizzeria in Bangor for more details at 725 Stillwater Avenue and place your orders at 947-5000 and unos.com.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Looking for your next trailer or shipping container? Come to Main Trailer, your one-stop shop for all your trailer and container needs. We've got a huge selection of trailers for work or play, plus durable shipping containers. We can even customize them to fit your needs. At Main Trailer, we don't just sell, we service what we sell. That means expert repairs, inspections, parts, and registrations all under one roof. So whether you're hauling, storing, or customizing, make your next stop Main Trailer. Main Trailer, the place to buy your next trailer or shipping container. See us today in Hamden or Auburn.
All right, the 11s have been introduced, the anthem has been played, and we are ready for the kick tonight at Cameron Stadium between the Bangor Rams and the Brewer Witches. You're taking a look at the records. Brewer in search of their first win here in the fall of 2025. Bangor trying to even the early season record at 2-2. Coverage of Ticket TV presented in part by Dean's Detailing. They have been Maine's auto detailing leader. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, feel good and look good in a clean, shiny car. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. The leader in Maine's auto detailing for over 5 decades. We're also brought to you by the Furniture Gallery, a Maine family-owned company with locations in Augusta, Bangor, Topsom, and Windham. They offer a great selection of furniture for every room in your home, from great brands like Ashley, Flex Steel, and more. Shop local, save money at the Furniture Gallery. Mark Paulette and Chris Hoare with you for the call of this contest. Chris, you got some keys tonight for the Rams and the Witches?
Yeah, for the Witches, they need to get off to a fast start. They need to get some shots on goal. They have yet to score this season, and that one goal can mean a lot and get them moving in the right direction. For Bangor, they picked up a win in their last game after playing a couple tough opponents in the beginning between Lewiston and obviously number 1 Mount Ararat. Was a 2-1 loss for them, but it sounded like they played them well, and then they won last week their last game against Oxford Hill, scoring 3 goals. So they have 4 goals on the season, which isn't a lot through 3 games, but they need to continue that momentum they built from their last game against Oxford Hills.
They at least have the feeling of scoring goals here in the fall of 2025. Chris's Keys brought to you by Dean's Detailing. Our coverage also presented by Northeast Driving School, the leader in driver training since 1969. Register for driver's ed courses today at Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. Go to northeastdrivingschool.com. Rams possession as we get going here tonight from Cameron Stadium. The Witches jump on the ball. Touch there for Nick Godfrey. Back at the feet of Godfrey in the midfield. Godfrey continues the run and sends it off for Cosmo Masterson to chase after. Masterson on the far side of the field over in Some of the rays of sun, most of the field covered in shadows, but that far side, sunlight still creeping over the bleachers here at Cameron Stadium.
Yeah, much different visual tonight than at Hamden Academy, where the sun is directly in your eyes as it sets, which is nice too, but it's a little harder to call the game when you can't see anything.
Not a big fiery orb in our eyes tonight as we're looking down there at the pitch as that one makes its way out of play for a Bangor throw. Tossed back in by Gray Sparks, senior fullback. Daxton Gifford playing it back to the Rams back line. Sparks going up the near sideline. Quick touch for Mosconi, now back with him. Masterson trying to go backwards and see if Brewer can control possession here in the midfield. Thumped ahead in the direction of Osney. Knocked out into the Bangor bench there by Brewer's Jack Robertson. Both teams in the feeling out process right now. Ball not advancing too far beyond midfield either direction. Bangor trying to begin a run here. Braden Sudborough with the ball at his feet, plays it out wide. Bangor looking for the cross, but getting a little ahead of themselves there as a whistle comes in. And that'll give possession back to the Witches.
Yeah, Bangor did a good job there, moving the ball from the midfield here on our side, on the bench side, and then making small possession passes, and then they had an overlap there, just a step too far offsides. It was a good possession by Bangor on that one.
Come the Witches trying to advance up the pitch. Osney's pass deflected and now intercepted by the Rams. Gage Smith with a touch there for the Brewer defense. One of the many seniors out there on the pitch for both of these squads. Devin Gideon with the ball at his feet, now played off to Robertson, who returns it to Gideon. Gideon shouldered off the ball by Lucas Smith, senior captain for the Rams, who come away with possession. Moscone trying to continue the run down the sideline. Robertson right there with him, and he ushers the ball out of play for a Bangor throw. Take another look at that last challenge there. Physical from Smith to win the ball.
I think the official there would call that it was just shoulder-to-shoulder contact, where maybe he turned into him and got him in the back or got him in the chest more. It might be more of a foul on the call, but it was just shoulder-to-shoulder. And
Brewer was trying there for the clearance. It turned out to be a square ball passed straight over to a Bangor player in attacking position, but the Witches back line able to scramble and take the ball away. Bangor trying to work it up from the back. Moscone will attempt to send a teammate chasing down the sideline. Brewer knocks it out of play along the way. 4.5 minutes into the contest as Moscone retrieves the ball here for a Bangor throw. And instead he'll flip it off to Sparks. Sparks switches the play, crossing the field. Tom Casso not seeing anywhere to go with the ball. And now Brewer comes away with it. Osney, long through pass played forward, and Bangor defender there with a timely touch. That was Sullivan Parizo. He was just sprinting to try to get back in position, and the ball found his feet.
Yeah, being in the right place at the right time. That was Brewer's first real good look at getting a little space and being able to run onto a ball, and Bangor defender got in the way and stopped it from getting through.
Brewer now trying to keep Bangor off the ball at the back. Goes out of play for a Ram throw.
And both of these teams want to play a possession game where they work the ball slowly down the field until they see an opportunity to make a run, maybe on a switch of the ball. But, you know, when you get an opportunity like that where you can send it from one end to the other and you might have a breakout 1-on-2, you got to take it. This is who Brewer would really like to get the ball here is
Godfrey off and running. Trying to get it back towards Osney, and the Bangor defense just able to close out. Maddox Smith with his first touch of the game. Maddox, the sophomore keeper for the Bangor Rams. Down at the other end, Brewer trying to win away possession, and they'll just have to knock it out of play for a throw. Tossed into Sudborough. Sudborough cross in. There's a Bangor shot off the post. Gifford striking the woodwork, or ironwork as it is here at Cameron Stadium. Now the Rams trying to scramble back and keep this attacking possession alive. That ball just rolls out across the far sideline and out onto the track.
Yeah, good first opportunity for Bangor there. And Brewer's helped by the post, and it was unfortunate for Bangor that another 6 inches that was in.
Looked like Sudborough was trying to play in across in the air, and it was almost deflected down by Brewer, which fell right at the feet of Gifford. Another chance for the Rams as that one is sent wide. Eli Willett sprawling across the red turf to make sure that he's got that far post measured. Moscone winning the ball away. Bangor playing it forward here over the top. Nice touch in the box. Still loose and unable to steer one on goal was Jasper Sparks as Willett collects.
Bangor's doing a good job in their possession game of not keeping the ball in their foot too long. You know, they're making crisp decisions, and their teammates are making good runs to get into open spots for someone to pass to, relieve the pressure somewhat.
Eli Willett with a couple of saves here in the opening 7.5 minutes. Maddox Smith yet to be truly tested at the opposite end for the Rams. Throw in here for Sparks. Gifford trying to play a pass forward, takes a couple deflections along the way. Godfrey sends it up the pitch. And Bangor will retrieve and send it back to Maddox Smith. Up ahead here for Lucas Smith. Senior captain has it taken away. Running on to the ball and now getting spilled is Godfrey. He was looking around for a whistle, nothing coming. Bangor going the other direction. Looping ball over the top. Sparks pulls it down, but we had a whistle, and I believe the Rams got going a little too soon.
I think he might have called him for a push, throwing his arm. At least that would look like the gesture, but you can't tell sometimes from this far away. But
Moscone for the Rams. Looking at what's in front of him. Nice bit of footwork there by Sparks, trying to get around a defender. Feeds it back to Moscone outside the area, now in. First attempt at a cross is blocked down, and Brewer trying to come out of there with possession. They do. Played up beyond the 30-yard line. A nice job defensively by the Witches just to gain some breathing room. Sparks and Smith right now for the Rams. Loose ball chased down by Parizo. Gifford switches things to the far sideline. Smith trying to thump it forward. Sparks trying to spin onto the ball. And a timely touch there by Brewer Simon Harriman to play it out wide. Thrown back in by the Rams. Still in the dangerous position here for Bangor attacking. That shot through takes a deflection and goes wide. Who did it catch? I believe a Ram, and this will result in a goal kick for the Witches. Take another look at that last effort there.
Yeah, Brewer's got to get the ball up into their half of the field and maintain possession for a little bit. Right now their defense is back on their heels, and you can't let a guy like Jasper Sparks have too much space, as you saw there before. He can create shots for himself as well as teammates.
Bangor trying to pick out Sparks in the middle of the box. Brewer knocking it away. Touch there from Moscone, and now a attempt from distance for Smith. A little better that time, but couldn't keep it down.
Yeah, he was lining that up, hoping it was going to roll back out to him, and it did. And just couldn't get it to stay down a little bit lower.
Had the power on that one, as after the first attempt didn't leave the turf.
I think what happens visually, too, when you see a goalie, and we talked about this a little bit at the Hamden game against Brewer, Elias Ouellette is a very active goalie. His strength is coming out like that and having to make decisions quickly because he's not a tall goalie. So I think if you're shooting against him, it's easy to look up corners and stuff like that. But sometimes you do have to put it on the ground and try and beat him that way.
Ouellette right there, scrambling out of goal to collect a loose ball. Got a Bangor throw coming up here. Send you off to a picture-in-picture break in just a moment on Ticket TV. First, we'll see what comes of this attacking move for the Rams. Sparks, first touch cross played in. Bangor again, fizzes one into the box. And at the back, will it be a Ram corner? I believe so, with Raiden Sudborough running over there, ready to deliver it into the area. First corner of the night here taken by the Rams. And the delivery from Sudborough into the center of the box. Brewer with a head to it. And it'll roll out along the far side, or the near side now, for a Bangor throw. See the Cohen School in the background. The Cohen soccer team was out on the pitch across the way beyond the Cameron Stadium field here. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to find a parking spot trying to make it over here from the radio station.
There weren't many left.
Brewer stops that move by the Rams, now trying to play it upfield, but Gideon unable to bring it under his control. Teammate does. Cody Hughes plays it out wide. Godfrey continuing the run. Godfrey all the way down into the corner. Sends one in, and he wins a corner here for the Witches. So from a Bangor corner at one end to the opposite end of the field, the Witches will get their first try. Got a couple Witches over there. Now Godfrey clearing the area. Right-footed entry played in and snared out of the air by Maddox Smith. They'll roll it along to a teammate and see if Bangor can get a counterattack brewing. Here's Gifford in the midfield. Played forward to Sparks. Actually, that's Moscone with a touch. Now Sparks has it. A little bit of space here, attacking through the defenders. Back to Gifford. Out wide, a touch for Queso. Played back, cross in by the Rams. Sparks got there first, but just couldn't direct that shot on goal as it was looping over the top, and he almost had to try to pop it over the top of Ouellette, who was charging him.
Yeah, it was a good send and a good look. Just a bad, tough touch on a spinning ball. Brewer's given Bangor a lot of space right now, and understandably, but they might want to get up on him a little bit more, not let him have such free space to make decisions. I mean, don't get too aggressive where you're going to get beat on a counter, but get up there and challenge him a little bit.
Godfrey trying to play the ball forward. Hughes sends it back. Now the Witches advance in the direction of Osney. This one's sent deep for him to chase after, and it'll roll all the way through to Smith at the back. A little bit of a break in the action. Let's send you off to that first picture-in-picture break. Keeping an eye on the action here at Cameron Stadium between the Rams and the Witches. Back with the commentary in just a couple of moments on Ticket TV.
Stop in for a burger, burrito, or delicious item off the lunch menu. Cool down or warm up with drink options such as fresh squeezed lemonade, milkshake, hot or iced coffee. We also have Butterfield's homemade ice cream or over 20 flavors of shaved ice, with a variety of bakery items with gluten-free options available and our dog treats for your fur baby. Come visit us at Maniac Snack Shack and Sniff and Snack Bakery and Barkery at 45 Canduskeg Road in Levant.
When I had first left for college, I was super excited to start pursuing my dreams, and I had met so many amazing people my freshman year. Yeah, some days were really hard, balancing work life and classes, but most of them, they were the best of my life, because I had something not everyone gets. A dad inspiring me every step of the way, and I'm so happy to graduate beside you.
Fall into savings at the Furniture Gallery. Curl up with a leather reclining sofa for just $8.98. Hosting for the holidays, save up to 20% on dining furniture. Get the guest room ready with 10% off bedroom furniture and sofa sleepers from $6.25. Fall in love with your home this season with the help of the Furniture Gallery. Don't miss out on 18 months special financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, and North Windham.
Your first car, your first edition, and your first edition. We're here to help with all of life's firsts. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
Back here in Bangor, still scoreless between the Rams and the Witches on Ticket TV. Just over 17 minutes into this Class A boys soccer match. Bangor with a record of 1-2, coming off a victory their last time out. Brewer not only in search of their first win of the season, first goal scored as well. Braden Sudborough trying to advance for the Rams, taken away there by Brewer. Osney having to work backwards to his back line. Gage Smith for the Witches blasts one off the head of a Bangor player. I think it was Sudborough. The Rams now in possession. Got some school profiles to show you here before we reach the half. Still plenty of time to go. 22 minutes in this first half of action. Bangor running onto one. That takes a wild deflection off of a Brewer player and will result in another corner kick for the Rams. Wasn't really anywhere near being on goal, but got a rocket launcher here off the deflection.
Yeah, it's kind of that hockey deflection that you never know where it's going to go, but there was plenty of space between where it was deflected and the goalie, so he had time to react if it was going to come on net.
Here comes the Bangor corner. Be a left-footed entry down there, swung in beyond the face of goal, catches a head clean. It was put on net. I believe that was Gifford getting on the end of it, but just a little too far away from the face of goal there.
Yeah, you got a lot on it. You're exactly right. He was a little far out.
Osney giving chase the other way. Smith dribbles it short past him. Halfway through this opening half on Ticket TV, where our coverage is presented in part by Eastern Maine Community College. At Eastern Maine Community College, every student has a story. Some are just beginning, others starting a new chapter. Wherever you are, your future can start at emcc.edu. Ticket TV also brought to you by Maine Trailer, your one-stop shop for trailers and shipping containers. Whatever you haul or store, Maine Trailer has you covered in Hamden and Auburn. Godfrey gets around his defender momentarily. Trying to play it up the sideline for Paxton Snow to run after. Paxton, the lone freshman on either of these squads. And we saw him be an impact substitute in that game last weekend at Hamden. Brewer yet to score this season, but he was among as close as they have come after coming onto the pitch last week.
Yeah, he had a couple of quick looks when he first got in there, and it was a minute maybe after Hamden scored their first goal, and Brewer had an opportunity, and he was the creator on both of those. And I think he got banged up because he didn't play in the second half. And it's that time of year you can get banged up easy in this sport, and it nags for you for a while. So especially being a freshman, it's a learning curve.
Taken away there by the Witches. Brewer trying to get some sort of movement going here right to left at Cameron Stadium. Much of the game has been played at the opposite end. Sparks spinning onto that ball to get a little bit of space. All for naught as it's deflected out by Godfrey. Xander Pike, senior forward for the Rams, to take this throw. Might have been a case of a wet ball there as that one popped straight up in the air off the hand. You saw Pike kind of shake his right hand after releasing that ball, and it traveled about 5 feet away from him. Sparks again employing a little spin. Another throw here for the Rams. Taken away by Godfrey. Godfrey cuts inside towards the midfield. His pass out of the air by Bangor and back at the feet of Sparks on the near sideline. Moscone battling for position and possession as it's taken away by Brewer, and then he commits the foul. Sudborough switches things to the far side for the Rams. Once again, you see Bangor operating in a bit of space, as you said, Chris. The Witches playing off the ball when Bangor gets down at this end, but Godfrey stepping in front and trying to win some field positioning.
Yeah, their front line and mids work really well together. You'll see as they get closer to the Brewer net, their front line will sit, and they'll basically play like a post player. They'll stand there with their back to the goal, and they'll wait to distribute the ball from the midfielder to a runner going left or right, or just send it back to him for a spaced shot.
Snow trying to get beyond midfield. He continues the run here, going around Osney. Snow beyond his defender. The only issue is no white shirts joining him in the box. Here come a few, and Snow allows the ball to trickle out of play and wins a corner for the Witches.
Snow's physical. He can stay on the ball. He doesn't get ridden off, as you saw right there. I mean, against bigger defenders, he's got a low center of gravity. He leans just right, uses his body well.
Couple of substitutions for the Witches. Gideon back out there, as is Gage Alexander. Osney among the players coming off for Brewer. Corner taken by Snow. Rather deep. Calls for a handball by the Rams and awarded by the referee.
And he's got a big foot, as you can tell.
Saw the extended arm there as Brewer was trying to play that ball out of the air. Free kick taken by Maddox Smith of the Rams. The new DQ Fall Treat menu is here. Try the new Caramel Toffee Cookie Blizzard Treat. Enjoy the return of the Pumpkin Pie Blizzard Treat, or taste the new Maple Cookie Shake. Discover the DQ Fall Treat menu before autumn's over. Get them delivered in the DQ app. Happy Taste Good at Dairy Queen in Old Town and Bangor. Ball out of play, back to the Rams, right as I was getting ready to say that it feels like the Witches have finally kind of settled into this game, and it started really getting not any sort of attack mounted, but just some run of possession going here over the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and they had 2 corner kicks in that period of time, and when you have those, at least you're starting to have a little feel of optimism that you can mount an offense, and they kept the ball in there after the last one for a little bit, but Bangor does a good job defensively. They're not going to over-pursue, and once they take it from you, they're going to work the ball up quickly to the other end, as they're doing right here.
Yeah, Sudborough doing just that. Moscone in the box. Trying to battle for possession, keep it alive, but unable to do so. Uno Pizzeria and Grill, sponsor here on Ticket TV. You can stop in at 725 Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. Great food, great drinks, great vibes. For takeout, call 947-5000 or visit unos.com. In this holiday season, take your party from nice to unforgettable. Flash Me Main Photo Booth Rentals. Bring the fun, the laughs, and the memories your team will love. Don't wait. Book now at flashmemain.com. Take a peek at the school profiles, the next break in action that we get. Bangor trying to advance the ball. Good idea there from Moscone, but just unable to execute that turn. Miscommunication there between Moscone and Sparks gives the ball to the Witches. Jack Robertson down there waiting to throw it in for Brewer. Witches making a substitution as Evan Knowles makes his way off the pitch. Godfrey trying to steer it towards midfield, picked out of the air by Bangor. Rams trying to go over the top. Moscone was making a run, but unable to find him. And now headed out by Pike into the Brewer bench.
Yeah, Moscone had some space. If they could have converted that, that would have been a tough one to track down for Elias Willett because it would have been one-on-one from a close distance.
Gage Alexander found himself in a little bit of space there, but taken away by Bangor. Sparks and Gifford, a nifty two-player game. Sparks got spilled right around the 45-yard line. And the Rams, with a free kick here, will send some red shirts down towards the edge of the area. Autumn of Life Home Care is looking to hire reliable, caring workers to help assist clients with daily living activities while remaining in their own home. Flexible schedules with an office located at 695 Stillwater Avenue in Old Town. Call 217-6026 or follow them on Facebook. Godfrey dispossessed there by Sparks. Gray Sparks there doing the defending. Jasper sends it forward, and Eli Willett catches the ball out of the air. His throw intercepted by Bangor. Running up on it, Luis Saavedra. Whistle on the pitch will give possession back to the Witches. While we have a moment, let's take a look at those school profiles. We begin with the visitors from across the river. Brewer High School enrollment 704. David Utterback, the AD. Brent Slowakowski, the principal. Did you know that in the 1990s, Brewer sawmill owner Brent Finney found a Revolutionary War shipwreck revealing swivel guns and medicine vials, some still sealed with the contents inside? Did not know that.
No.
The things you learn on Ticket TV. Here is the lowdown on Bangor High School. Enrollment right around 1,100. Steve Venetestein, the longtime athletic director there. Paul Butler, the principal, as Bangor plays one over the top. Chased down by Sudborough in the box. Sudborough crosses it back. Snipes one in on Willett, who goes down to the carpet to pin the ball to his side before it crosses into the back of the net.
Yeah, nice cross back by Sudborough and making a nice quick shot with the space he was given, and Willett in the right position and snagged it in.
Missed the fun fact there on Bangor High School. The Rams now with 7 shots on goal. Brewer still in search of their first. With about 11 minutes remaining in the opening half at Cameron Stadium. Bangor finding some space at the back. Sudborough again plays in a cross. He's got a teammate waiting at the back post. What a save by Eli Willett to deny Dom Queso. Keep it a scoreless tie for the time being.
That was great offense by Bangor, making that the run and then the cross on the backside. And you didn't know if you could have even better defense than the offense was in that, but Willett comes over and makes a great anticipation save.
Yeah, look at the pass played in. First time touch, and Willett just reactionary going down to the ground to stop that ball. Bangor now with a corner here as Sudborough brings it over to the corner flag. Sudborough getting ready for the delivery. Third of the night for the Rams. Swept in. Willett trying to get there and able to push his way through a couple of players to the ball. A long throw up the pitch, nearly springing a teammate. Gage Alexander off and running. Bangor just enough red shirts behind it to win away possession and play the ball back to Smith in goal. Things have calmed down slightly. Let's take a peek back at that Bangor school profile, see if we can't get you that fun fact. Of course, as I say, things have calmed down. Snow jumps onto the ball and gets the first shot of the game on goal at Maddox Smith, who has to go down to the turf to collect. All right, at risk of springing another break, let's see if we can get that fun fact for you. Did you know that during Maine's statewide prohibition era, long before the national prohibition, Bangor became notorious for rum smuggling up the Penobscot River? It was said more liquor flowed through Bangor than any other Maine city. Saving the important things.
Correct.
Here on Ticket TV, Godfrey trying to snap a shot with about 9 minutes remaining, blocked away. So Bangor with a nice little run of about 3 or 4 minutes, where they were just mounting attack after attack down at the Brewer end, but a couple key saves there from Willett to keep the score line 0-0. Snow on the ball, trying to go through the Bangor traffic, unable to do so. But Brewer gets it right back to their talented freshman. Snow continuing the run, knifing through 2 defenders into the box, trying to go around a third. Winds up on the ground after a challenge over there, and Bangor retrieves the loose ball. Gifford had a touch. Now it's Sudborough trying to switch the play, and he sends it off into the Brewer bench. That one was intended for Wyatt Chandler, a junior forward. Thumped along by Pike. Jacob Look giving chase, and Willett scoops it. Godfrey trying to get through a couple of defenders, does so. Continuing with the ball across the midfield, and he will win a free kick here. Sent down to the turf by the helping hand of Lucas Smith. Seven minutes remaining in the first half, still looking for our first goal. Bangor, well, dangerous there with the touch passing at the back. Now cleared along the width of the field. Interception by Brewer. See if Godfrey can find some space to operate in. He cannot. Strong defense along the sideline by Chandler.
Yeah, just not a lot of room there for Godfrey to work. He might have been better suited to look back and then create space by going backwards a little bit with the ball and then making the run after that.
Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Angelo's Pizzeria. If you're in the mood for mouth-watering pizza or Italian food made from fresh ingredients, check out Angelo's Pizzeria in Bangor and in Hamden. Here come the Rams running the other way with the possession of the ball. Chandler with a brief touch. Sudborough trying to steer one into the box. Smith has had a couple attempts from distance throughout the course of this first half. There's a cross in. Chandler was in there in front of the goal, just couldn't quite sky high enough as that ball caught the top of his head and ricochets out of play.
Yeah, that's always fun to watch, too, because he's a defender on this end. He was playing defense, and he ran all the way up into the offensive end on the backside, and Brewer lost him, and it was a good cross. He just couldn't get up high enough to get his head to create the right angle to get it down.
There's Godfrey in the midfield for the Witches, trying to work his way around the traffic. At Black Fly Coffee, you can start your day off right. A local coffee shop with drive-thru mobile ordering, serving the best in coffee, along with bagels, bakery items, donuts, and more at 107 Main Road in Holden, just across the Brewer line. Coverage also brought to you by the Coach House Restaurant and Brewer for home-style cooking, homemade desserts, and an experience-friendly staff. It's the Coach House. Takeout available at 457 Wilson Street in Brewer and at thecoachhouserestaurant.com. We've got one more picture-in-picture break to send you off to here before the conclusion of the first half. Let's do that right now. Keeping an eye on the action at Cameron Stadium. Back with the commentary in just a moment on Ticket TV.
Life is so much better when you impact the lives of those around you. And with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities. And right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
Harvey RV and Marine in Glenburn is turning 2025 holdover season into their biggest RV savings event of the year. Shop luxury motorhomes, fifth wheels, campers, and compact travel trailers, all with can't-miss discounts and pricing. Or you can shop their huge selection of pre-owned RVs for even more savings. Plus, trade-ins are always welcome. Couples, families, and adventure lovers, this is your chance to downsize or upgrade and live the RV lifestyle at Harvey RV and Marine, just 6 minutes past Tractor Supply, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
The hands-on experience is such a crucial part of education, period.
The faculty are incredible. They work so hard to make sure that all their students have what they need to succeed.
There's all kind of opportunities, and I'm just very grateful knowing that I have a job lined up full-time when I graduate, and that is all thanks to coming to Hudson.
Back here in Bangor, while we were away, Brewers' Gage Smith was forced off the pitch, maybe dealing with a little blood after taking a ball off the face. Things back underway here. Snow was trying to work to Osney, but the Rams come away with possession of the ball. Gifford advancing up the pitch. Sudborough trying to play one forward for Sparks to chase after, but out of his reach. Hartford's Auto Service at 62 Liberty Drive in Herman does repairs on all makes and models of cars and trucks. With over 3 decades of experience, they can provide routine maintenance, brake and suspension repairs, muffler repairs, and more. Visit the Hartford's Auto Service Facebook page or give them a call at 207-989-6322. Just over 3 minutes to go until the half. A reminder coming up at the half, we'll have a look at the first half replays. As light as they may be, I should say, with the score line at 0-0. But there's been a few nice saves from Eli Willett along the way. Still 3 minutes to get another chance before we arrive at the intermission. We'll also get you a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule on Ticket TV, live events this week on 92.9 The Ticket, all that and more coming your way in just a few moments. Brewer trying to back this one up for a long throw. Instead, sent in rather short. The Witches trying to play it to somebody in the box. The problem is there's nobody down there. Devin Gideon just spinning around with the ball. Now has it taken away. Chandler unable to pull that one into possession, and back to the Witches in front of the Bangor bench.
Yeah, Gideon did a nice job of spinning so many times that it split the defense. He was able to get through the first two. The problem was the touch got away from him, and the support defender for Bangor was able to pick it up and switch it the other way.
Osney trying to split defenders right there. Has it taken away by the Rams. It'll be a Brewer throw. Godfrey trying to spin through 2 defenders. Does so. Gets by his man. Gets around another. And then his attempted cross takes the deflection out for a Witches corner. A nifty run there by Godfrey. Not a lot of room to operate within. 3 corners aside so far for the Witches and the Rams. Here comes the latest for Brewer. Right-footed delivery played in out towards the edge of the area. That first attempt at a cross popped straight up in the air. Now Bangor able to get it out of there. Mosconi trying to start a break. Sparks trying to spin onto the ball. He catches up with it and then gets caught from behind, clipped. He and his teammates thought, but no call coming from the referee. Play on with Brewer sprinting the other way with it and sending a Witch after the ball. That one's played through the center of the area, but no white shirts home. Take another look at that last bit of action there. Tough to tell who that was for the Witches across the far side of the pitch. Exploding up from the midfield area to play in that cross, but nobody home. Snow jumps on a loose ball, gets it back to the feet of Osney. Osney closed out by the Rams defense. Right now in scramble mode, just trying to see this game off to halftime, tied at 0.
That's what Bangor's done pretty well, though, so far, is when the ball comes to a Brewer offensive player, their defenders are right on their back right instantly. They're not giving them a lot of space, where in the beginning of the game anyways, Brewer was giving a little bit too much space to Bangor, and that allowed them to get a few runs on.
A little bit of a push there, but that's the final action of the first half of play. 40 off the board. Still looking for the first goal tonight at Cameron Stadium. Scoreless at the half between the Witches and the Rams on Ticket TV, where our coverage is brought to you in part by Old Town Redemption Center. The original Redemption Center of Old Town for 30 years. Family owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday with $100 giveaways each month. Old Town Redemption Center, 13 Chester Street in Old Town. Call 827-7887. And we're also brought to you by Bennett Auto Center. You can experience the Bennett Auto Center difference at 99 Thatcher Street in Bangor, online at BennettAutoCenter.com. Don't go anywhere. The Furniture Gallery halftime show coming up next on Ticket TV.
Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center offers fantastic food and drinks in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere with 29 flat-screen TVs for your sports viewing pleasure and an arcade with prizes for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you're looking for a drink at the bar while watching your favorite sports team or trying to find a place to bring the family for a great meal out, Heroes is the place to be. Heroes also offers takeout or catering for any event in the Bangor area, large or small.
Come for the food.
Stay for the friends.
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back, only at McDonald's.
He can't catch a football, but he can fetch you a home. Catch Luke at Next Home Experience.
You've always known what you wanted, no matter how far down the road it looked. We're here to help you get there. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
Fall into savings at the Furniture Gallery. Curl up with a leather reclining sofa for just $8.98. Hosting for the holidays, save up to 20% on dining furniture. Get the guest room ready with 10% off bedroom furniture and sofa sleepers from $6.25. Fall in love with your home this season with the help of the Furniture Gallery. Don't miss out on 18-month special financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, and North Windham.
Sometimes life is a cluttered mess, but your car doesn't have to be. At Dean's Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will make your car look new again. Change your outlook. Book your appointment now at deansdetailing.com.
We welcome you back to Cameron Stadium in Bangor at the half between the Witches and the Rams on Ticket TV. And there's a shot of our fan cam. It's presented by Black Bear Nation. Football season up there in Orono on the UMaine campus. Join them for all the game day excitement. If you want tickets to any home contest for the Black Bears this fall, visit goblackbears.com. Go Blue. We welcome you into the halftime show on Ticket TV presented by the Furniture Gallery, a Maine family-owned company with locations in Augusta, Bangor, Topsom, and Windham. They offer a great selection of furniture for every room in your home, from great brands like Ashley, Flex Steel, and more. Shop local, save money at the Furniture Gallery. We get the halftime show kicked off with a look at the first half highlights. Now, Chris, taking the viewers inside baseball here a little bit, we were handed a telestrator for the broadcast this afternoon in the booth. Hopefully I have successfully erased all the messages because producer Max said that they trigger automatically with the highlights, and as we take a look at a clean screen, I'm feeling good about my abilities to use this thing thus far.
We'll have to see some second half action from you on the telestrator for sure.
Just drawing lines and circles and things in all direction. Can be mapping up some plays here for the Witches and the Rams in the second half as you take a look at some of the opportunities there from the first 40.
Yeah, a lot of Bangor in the first, at least the first 30 minutes of the first half. Elias Willett stood on his head and made a bunch of great saves, and here's one coming right now that's just a great read and a great slide over. You know, in hockey terms, he pushed from one post to the other post. But then Brewer started to get a little bit of action here. Paxton Snow came in, got inserted, and, you know, he creates a little buzz for them, and you put him with Nick Godfrey together, and they can make some runs, they can do some damage.
Yeah, Paxton Snow, when we see him come in, he tends to be the guy that stirs the drink for the Witches offensively. We saw it, albeit in a short spell last week over at Hampden.
Yeah, he's not scared, and that's one of the big things when you're a freshman. You come into these games, you can be a little timid and a little hesitant, but he's certainly not. He knows how he plays, and he's a downhill player, and you combine him with, like I said, Godfrey, and the two of them could create a good 1-2 combo.
Halftime recap brought to you by Uno's Pizzeria and Grill at 725 Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. No goals so far, so scoreless on the scoreboard. Corner kicks 3 aside for the Rams and the Witches. A few saves in that first half from Eli Willett in net for the Witches. I believe Maddox Smith was really just tested the once, right, when it was kind of played back towards him.
Yeah, he had a couple of runs at him, but I don't think the shots ever really got on.
Once again, that game recap brought to you by Uno's on Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. Our coverage on Ticket TV also brought to you in part by Tiller & Rye, a local grocer located at 20 South Main Street in Brewer that's proud to offer products from right here in the great state of Maine. Coverage of Ticket TV also brought to you by Orno and Callis IGA. Shop smart, shop local at Orno IGA and Callis IGA. They appreciate the support from their local communities and are proud to support local Maine schools and student athletes on Ticket TV. Orno and Callis IGAs are hometown proud. Let's take a look now at the broadcast schedule coming up the rest of this week on Ticket TV. It's a busy week still just getting underway. This is game 2 of 7 this week at 929theticket.com and on the Ticket app. No games tomorrow night. We get a little bit of a break before heading back to Herman on Thursday, where the Hawk girls will take on the John Baptist Crusaders. And then on Friday, we have some Friday night lights. The Brewer Witches playing host to the Nokomis Warriors. That one from Doyle Field at 7 o'clock. Saturday, a triple header of soccer action here on the Ticket. We're right here at Cameron Stadium for the first of the 3 matches at 2:30 between the Bangor Rams and the Camden Hills girls. And then we shoot up to Old Town, where the Coyotes play host to the Ellsworth Eagles for a doubleheader. Girls, followed by boys soccer beginning at 5 and 6:30 there to wrap up a very busy week Saturday on the Ticket. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by The Growing Place, helping families grow for less and polishing your home for a style and fraction of retail cost. Check them first, check them often. Do Green, sustainability always trending at 548 Hammond Street in Bangor. Also brought to you by Bangor Tire Company. From a lawnmower to a skidder, Bangor Tire has you covered since 1927. The best in tires and service. Find them at 514 Colebrook Road in Herman or at bangortire.com. We'll take a timeout. We're back with the second half kickoff between the Rams and the Witches right after this on Ticket TV.
Now open, Darling's Ford Commercial Vehicle Center, 80 Haskell Road in Bangor. Servicing almost all makes and models of medium and heavy-duty trucks and RVs, from half-tons to vehicles weighing up to 75,000 pounds. Our factory-trained technicians and dedicated service bays are here to keep your wheels on the road. Schedule service now at darlingsford.com. Call 992-1691 or stop in today. You'll do better at Darling's.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road. From work trucks to weekend rides. If it's on the road, we're behind it. At Coastal Auto Parts, we're driven by more than engines. We're powered by the people who count on us. Because serving our community is what keeps us going. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Black Bear Nation, it's football season.
us for all the excitement of game day in Orono. For tickets to all Black Bear games, visit goblackbears.com/tickets or call 581-2327. Go Blue!
Your local professional eco-friendly office space partner is Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At Levesque Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
Second half action is underway here at Cameron Stadium. Getting underway between the Rams and the Witches. Bangor possession here as we open half number 2 with Jasper Sparks working his way down the near sideline now that the teams have flipped ends here at Cameron. Osney jumping on the end of that loose ball after it looked like a Bangor player had slipped. See if Brewer can spring a counter the other way, but it's intercepted by that Bangor back line. Daxton Gifford getting it off to Lucas Smith. He sends one deep for a Ram to chase after. Quick shot in, and the game's first goal. How's that for a one-touch effort?
Yeah, that was a great pass from the middle of the field to the wide side on the right, and the Brewer defender just lost sight of him and got a free run and space and took the ball to the opposite corner.
One touch curling it to the far post. Dom Casso with the game's first goal of the night. Sophomore forward for the Rams. 40 minutes, 44 seconds into the action here at Cameron.
Yeah, if you're Bangor, that's the start you wanted. You've been threatening all night, and Elias Willett stood on his head to make the saves, and then you get your first opportunity in the second half, just 40 seconds into it, and you get a goal. You got to feel like you've earned that one. And Brewer, that's not what you wanted to give up. You had some momentum.
There's one fizzed on
Another
goal.
one coming at him, yeah.
Willett just has to parry it up through the football uprights.
Yeah, Brewer picked up some momentum in the last 10 minutes of the first half, and you're hoping to carry that through halftime and start out the second half that way. And that first goal could be a demoralizer quickly, and we kind of saw that in the Hampden game. It went from 1-0, it was close for a little bit, and all of a sudden 3 goals in a matter of 4 minutes on Brewer, and it kind of deflated how they played the rest of the game.
Here you go, the Rams. 90 seconds into the second half, a goal and now another corner to be taken. Willett is at a goal as that ball's bouncing around and eventually makes its way out of play for a Brewer free kick.
This is one of the different things that in this matchup that's a little different from past matchups. Both teams used to have some really big guys, tall guys in the middle of these corner plays, and we're not at field level, but the size of the guys is not the same as it used to be in the rivalry. You get really some pushing and shoving, some 6'3", 6'4" guys running in there, jumping, trying to head. It's a little bit different now.
Bangor plays this corner short as it was awarded in favor of the Rams. Looked initially like it was going to be a goal kick. Sudborough sends that one into the dark sky, and now it'll be a goal kick with Willett retrieving a loose ball off to the side of his net. 2.5 minutes into the second half of play here on Ticket TV, where our coverage is brought to you in part by Pat's Pizza in Hampden. Whether playing or watching, football and soccer can work up quite an appetite. That's why it's time for Pat's Pizza on Main Road in Hampden. Call 947-6488 or visit patspizzahampden.com. Bangor with the advantage 1-0, scoring less than a minute into the second half of play. As we mentioned, the Witches still in search of goal number 1 here in the 2025 season.
Yeah, and if you're Brewer, you gotta build and not go backwards. You can't have your mindset be, geez, we're down 1-0, it's over. It's just 1-0, and they've had some shots here, and like I said, at the end of the first half. So, 1-goal game, anything can happen.
There's a continued run from the back as Gray Sparks steps up into the void. Off to Gifford. Now back with him.
Is that space. Brewer's giving him a lot of space. They're letting him get inside, take space away early, and then make them have to make a decision quick.
Sparks trying to sprint to the corner to keep that ball in, unable to do so. For over 30 years, Bangor's best dry cleaners have been Union Street Laundromat and Dry Cleaning. Ask about their military and senior citizen discounts. Open 7 to 7, 7 days a week at 1001 Union Street in Bangor. Rams trying to even their record at 2-2 here through 4 games. There's a shot lined up by Moscone, blocked down by a couple of Brewer defenders. Osney with it, trying to spark a counter the other way. His pass for Masterson, intercepted. Now back with Osney. Osney, nice job of getting around one defender. Tries to bend one back in the direction of Masterson. He finds him, and Cosmo Masterson unable to get it inside the post as he tucks that ball into the side netting.
I don't know if that was a pass or if he was trying to shoot it, but the ball spun off his foot over to Masterson.
Yeah.
He made a nice run on it. Just not enough space, enough angle to get that shot off. But once again, as we talked about, Brewer with a threat there. You know, that goes in, it's 1-1.
We'll say Osney was thinking a few steps ahead and played that one perfectly off the outside of the foot. Really probably the best chance that Brewers had so far in this game, with Masterson able to get down in front of the ball and direct one near goal.
Yeah, it made the goalie have to move and the defender have to come over, so a little bit of traffic too. And
cross played in here by Bangor. Sparks unable to reach it before it crosses over. Now to play for a Brewer goal kick. Get you a look at the live events coming up on the airwaves of 92.9 The Ticket in just a couple of moments here. Snow off and running along that far sideline. The Brewer freshman trying to hold off a couple of Bangor defenders, and he is going to win a free kick. See the fouls evenly split. 10 total, 5 aside. Snow waiting for a couple of white shirts to get down near the area, or at least around that 18-yard box, before playing in this delivery. Snow puts that one right on goal. Maddox Smith snatches it out of the air, head high.
he's kind of got easy power. He's got a big foot. That didn't look like it strained too hard to get in there. The Brewer just didn't have any crashing going on in front of the goalie.
No, not a lot of effort as that ball floated back towards the Bangor keeper. Sparks inching his way up the sideline. Goes as far as he can and now plays it back to a teammate. Quick touch there for Gage Smith.
There's that pass to the middle with the offensive player back to and just makes a smart decision.
And a whistle along the way. Outstretched hand of the referee across the far sideline is why you didn't see any real response there by Brewer at the back as that ball was rolled into the back of the net. Here's Osney taking the ball away, trying to send one off to a running teammate. That's Masterson again, just trying to keep it in play, but unable to stick his foot on the ball before it crosses over the boundary.
It looked like he was going to get there. The Bangor defender on the backside kind of gave up, thinking it was either going to get out, and Masterson was pretty close to getting it.
Gifford and Smith, a little give and go there as Bangor tries to bring it up from some short play. Sudborough chases after it along the far side of the pitch.
Yeah, 3 passes and they're already down to the other side of the field.
Smith plays across over in the direction of Sparks. Jasper Sparks guarded closely here. Right-footed cross finds its way right back to him. And he was in an offside position when it did.
You see that a lot. They get down to the end line and no place to go, so they send it back to the middle backwards a little bit, and they never get back on side.
Yeah, freeze right there.
Wow, the play can develop so quickly that they don't have time to, but I think the first reaction is to stand and watch.
Osney called for the foul there. Bangor free kick right at midfield. Here's Sparks advancing down towards the corner. Able to fit one through to Moscone. Sparks lets it roll through. Gifford! It was a shot that winds up at the feet of a teammate and turns into the second Bangor goal of the night. Punched into the back of the net, and it's Queso again.
Yeah, it was hard to tell if he might have been offsides, but it just perfect timing. No, there's a Brewer defender on the near side that was keeping him in.
Playing on Queso and Dom. 2 goals here, separated by 8 minutes and 7 seconds in the second half. He scored 44 seconds into half number 2 at 39:16 on the clock, and now he adds another 8 minutes and 51 seconds into this second half.
Yeah, and he's the benefactor of having a guy like Jasper Sparks out there who seems like he's in control at all the right times, and Brewer has to focus 2 or 3 players on him when he has the ball, which opens up other players for Bangor to get in the game.
Dom Queso, the Bangor sophomore forward, right now the difference in this match, a couple of goals. Scoring with each foot here in the second half. First one off a little curling effort from this left foot. That one driven in by the right. Bangor on top, 2-0, less than 10 minutes now into this second half. Going to get you off to a picture-in-picture break in a moment, but now with the Rams still attacking down at this end. Bangor trying to pick out the short passing there. Now scrambling to try to get back on the ball, and Masterson will send it up the sideline and out into the Witches bench. Well, we have a moment. Let's take a look at the live events coming up this weekend on 92.9 The Ticket. The Red Sox beginning a series with the A's right now at Fenway Park. Early start times tonight and tomorrow, 6:45 first pitch. So pregame cuts into the drive a little bit at 5:45. Thursday, the Sox and A's have that finale in the afternoon, 1:35 the first pitch. Week 3 in the NFL kicks off Thursday night on The Ticket, 7:30 pregame, 8:15 the kick between the Bills and the Dolphins in Buffalo. Then on Friday, the Red Sox head down to the Tampa Bay area to open up a weekend series with the Rays. All p.m. start times, all night start times for that weekend series, 7:35 on Friday, 7:05 on Saturday, back to 7:35 on Sunday for the finale.
You think they purposely try to do that, make those West Coast teams come over here and have to play at 5:30 on East Coast time?
Which is really screw with the A's, who are homeless to begin with.
They're not very good anyways, but let's mess with them since they make us play at 10 out there.
Wake up in a new time zone. Their body thinks it's 2 in the afternoon.
Anything to get into the playoffs, whatever it takes.
Absolutely. That is the goal right now for the Red Sox. Just go like 6-6, 12 games left. 6-6 gets you there with ease. That'd be 88 wins at the end of the season. Not a high bar for the Red Sox to clear right now as they begin the penultimate week of the regular season tonight at Fenway Park. Bangor getting ready to throw this one in from deep in their defensive zone. Let's send you off to a picture-in-picture break, the first of a couple coming up in the second half. Keeping an eye on the action at Cameron Stadium. Back with the commentary in just a couple of moments on Ticket TV.
You deserve a clean car. Let the pros at Dean's Detailing renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy your ride. Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit. Dean'sDetailing.com.
Get looped, get sold with Next Home Experience.
Back here in Bangor, but unfortunately not soon enough. Dom Queso just capped off a hat-trick effort tonight at Cameron Stadium in front of the home crowd with his sweetest effort yet. Take another look. This was after Bangor struck the woodwork 3 times down here. Queso unleashes that volley effort into the back of the net after catching the post along the way.
That's his second straight goal for him. That Brewers lost him on the backside, and Bangor's made a great switch over there.
That one brought some life to this home crowd here at Cameron Stadium. You're not going to see many better efforts than that, catching the ball off the volley and shooting it into the back of the net.
The flexibility to get your leg up like that and not just, spin it, hit it solidly. It was a great effort by them. And the flurry before that, the 2 minutes or a minute and a half before that, where Bangor hit the post, Elias Willett made a great save. It kind of hit him in the face and came back out, and a Bangor player ended up hitting the post on the opposite side after that, right before that goal.
Yeah, basically from the moment I said, well, Bangor's down in their defensive end, let's send it off to a picture-in-picture break, the Rams shot right up the field, and then we're rattling the woodwork the entire time we were away at that picture-in-picture. Here's Sparks jumping onto a loose ball, splitting a couple Brewer defenders, trying to play another one forward for Queso to chase after.
You got a Bangor player down in front of the Bangor goalie.
Yeah, we got a Ram down on the turf, and now a whistle and a stoppage. Up under his own power and making his way off the pitch as we take another look at that last effort by Queso.
Yeah, if you're Elias Ouellette, you've done everything you can. There's nothing you can do on a shot like that.
No, just no time whatsoever to redirect his positioning there as Queso caught it flush.
And that's what Bangor's done well, is they've sent the ball from one side of the field to the other through the air with good timing. It wasn't they're trying to feather it in there. They just have had great foot on the ball and, it landing in the right spot.
Our Bangor player winding up on the pitch as Brewer comes away with the ball. Osney's pass deflected. Masterson has it taken away. Sparks sending one up ahead. Perfectly weighted for a teammate to run on to the end of, and Moscone just unable to get there before Willett able to come out and corral.
Yeah, great read by Willett because he saw that pass coming through, and if he sat back, it's going to be an opportunity for Bangor to get space and get a shot off where he needs to come out and take the foot away and the ball away quickly.
Physical play along the far sideline by the Brewer freshman Snow. Don't forget to start your weekdays the right way with a morning roast, 6 to 8 a.m. Tomorrow, Greg, Tyler, and Matt in the studio. And weekdays 4 to 6, unless the Red Sox decide to cut into us. It's The Drive. Next 2 days are not 4 to 6, though. Tomorrow will be about 4 to 5:40. Then on Thursday, whenever the Red Sox and A's finish up following that 1:35 first pitch, until 6. Godfrey has it poked away there by a Bangor defender. Sparks on the sideline. He's been the point person to lead some of these attacks in the second half for the Rams. Smith walling off a defender.
And if you look, the goals have all happened on the opposite side from where he is. And like I said earlier, he draws so much attention. There's 2 or 3 Brewer defenders when he has the ball, which is taken away from people on the backside. Queso's been lost a couple times by the Brewer defenders.
Here's Godfrey running onto a ball in space, waiting for some teammates to catch up. Pass intercepted by Gifford for the Rams. Ticket TV brought to you in part by Danforth's Down Home Supermarkets, family owned and operated since 2007 with 2 great locations, Route 2 in Herman and Somerset Avenue in Pittsfield. Our coverage also brought to you by AM Construction and Roofing. Protect your home from the top down with AM Construction and Roofing, serving Bangor, Machias, Ellsworth, Augusta, and beyond. Past customers earn $100 for referrals, and right now you can save $500 on any roofing project until the end of the year. Call 551-6235 today for your free quote. Doors Equipment Company is your local Kubota dealer. They can help you with all your equipment needs. Visit doorsequipment.com. And Hillside Athletics is passionate about sports, and they feature cutting-edge equipment to help you stay at the top of your game. Visit hillsideathletics.com for a full list of equipment, services, and training packages. Bangor in search of a fourth goal. That one just poked away from Xander Pike. Don't forget to follow Ticket TV on social media as well. Bring up the handles here at 929 The Ticket on Twitter, 92.9 The Ticket on Facebook, and 929 The Ticket on Instagram. Moscone with the Bangor throw along the far sideline. And the Rams give it right back to the Witches. The Fitch Company is where you'll find experienced electrical and control systems engineers, field technicians, designers, and drafters ready to meet varied engineering challenges or handle projects. Visit them at fitchcompany.com. Bangor keeping the run and play down at this end of the field for much of the first 19 minutes of this second half.
Brewer had a decent opportunity there, and Maddox Smith did a nice job coming out and taking away the shot.
Yeah, the coach is barking out some calls here as this ball is being as we wait for this ball to be put back into play. Approaching the midway point of this second half. Bangor 20 minutes away from improving their record to 2-2 here in the early season going. Brewer trying to avoid a fourth consecutive defeat. Jumping on this loose ball for the Witches is Gideon. Gideon sends it off for Godfrey to nearly keep in play, but just unable to do so. Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales is the home of the complimentary 6-month, 6,000-mile major component coverage plan. Route 1 in Hancock and at tonysfairwayauto.com. Chandler back into the game for the Rams with a touch here. Godfrey takes it away from Gifford. Trying to go right through the Bangor defense and get shoved to the turf to win a free kick.
Yeah, they'll probably call that one every time and kind of extend your two hands out from behind.
Ball spotted at the 20, and now we have a yellow card shown here to Smith, who stood in front of the ball. Might have said something as well following that challenge. And then actually, that Sudborough comes over and stands in front of the ball, and is he the one that was shown yellow?
I think they call that disconcertion, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these players know the rules, and you're not going to be you're going to be pressed on that one when you stand 2 feet in front of the ball in a direct kick there.
Ball's got to be 10 yards away as it is now. Ball 30 yards out from goal was taken along the carpet by Godfrey, but a whistle came in first to halt it. So first line of thinking for Mr. Godfrey is to go low, try to go underneath the wall. Does he change it up here? For take number 2 with 19:05 frozen on the clock here in the second half. He's about 28 yards out from goal on the 18-yard line. He does elevate this one and sends it off into the field hockey net behind the goal he was aiming at.
Yeah, it looked like Brewer had a setup for a play on that side, but it's hard when you're in the middle of the field to get any kind of in that kind of space between the wall and the goalie to get in there and crash. It's just too far away.
Bangor takes a free kick short. Dangerous pass there. Around a witch in the box. Rams playing with fire a little bit here at the back.
I'm sure Coach Herb wasn't impressed with that pass back across the middle.
Queso, the hat-trick hero tonight, retreating into the defensive end on the other side of midfield just to help out the Rams here in possession. He gets thrown to the ground by Godfrey. Smith puts the ball back into play and sends it down towards Willett with 18 minutes remaining. Update from Fenway Park. The Red Sox have the bases juiced in the bottom of the second, trying to jump on top of the A's. Every game crucial the rest of the way for Boston. Connolly early. Now 7 innings pitched in his major league career, all against the A's, coincidentally. 13 strikeouts so far, 2 in 2 innings tonight after 11 and 5 in his major league debut last week in Sacramento. Get you a look at the upcoming schedules for the Rams and the Witches here at the next stoppage. Willett running over to keep that ball in play. Seems that we have the chance. Here's how Brewer will be running it out after this contest against the Rams. Next up for them, it's at Oxford Hills. A trip down there on Thursday, a 6 o'clock kickoff, and then on Saturday, they return home to host Mount Blue at 4. As for the Bangor Rams, after what they hope will be their second victory of the season, they're at Messalonsky on Thursday at 6, followed by a trip to Brunswick next Tuesday, also at 6.
Thursday night trip to Oxford Hills, South Paris.
Yeah, that's
quite a bus ride.
That's a lengthy one on a Thursday night. Brewer free kick coming up here from the 40-yard line. Tim's Plumbing is where service is their specialty. For all your plumbing needs, it's Tim's Plumbing. Call 735-4969 or visit timsplumbingmaine.com. The Farmer's Table has home-style cooking just like Mom makes it at 15 Stetson Road in Corinna. And Knowlton Automotive is a full-service preventative maintenance and auto repair center as Brewer with a nice chance. Godfrey trying to curl one into the box, but Bangor sweeps it out of the area. Knowlton Automotive, family-owned and operated. They provide guaranteed service at a fair price. 3297 Broadway in Kenduskeag or at knowltonautomotive.net. You can also check out American-made home goods in the Rennie's Plaza in Bangor. They have an incredible selection of USA-made products from handcrafted woodwork to homemade healthy snacks. They feature artisan goods from all 50 states. AMHG works where American-made matters. Couple of substitutions being made by Bangor, getting some new players onto the field for the final quarter hour here tonight at Cameron Stadium. If you're hungry after the game, swing by the Back Alley Bar and Restaurant inside Family Fun Bowling Center. The Back Alley, where good times roll, and so do the bowling balls. Find them at 15 Hildreth Street in Bangor, online at thebackalleyrestaurant.com. Godfrey looping into the midfield, trying to pick out a pass to Snow. Intercepted there by the Bangor back line. Bangor works it into the midfield. Queso goes backwards. Hat-trick hero tonight is the sophomore for the Rams. Brewer in all kinds of space here as they throw that ball back in. Godfrey sends one on goal, and that floats right into the waiting arms of Maddox Smith. From new construction to remodels, RT Electrical does it all. Owner Ryan Trabeau is licensed and fully insured. He's a master electrician ready to take on your residential or commercial work, plus generators, lighting, and EV chargers. Like RT Electrical on Facebook or call 694-1564 today. Auto Radiator Services has been serving the greater Bangor area for over 50 years. For general maintenance, repairs, and specialty services like remote car starters, call 942-4554 or stop in at 568 Hammond Street in Bangor. And if you want to look and feel your best, at Mainstay Skincare, Dr. Shannon Allen blends medical precision with an artistic touch, helping you achieve natural, lasting results. Visit 12 Schumann Avenue, Suite 7 in Augusta, or online at mainstayskincare.com. Mainstay Skincare, where the science of beauty is perfected. Brewer with a touch at the back, and that allows Eli Willett to scoop that ball off the turf with his hands. Kept in along the sideline by the Witches. Godfrey has it poked out of play. Brewer making a substitution here before the throw. Be taken by Jack Robertson. Cosmo Masterson back onto the pitch. Evan Knowles off for the Witches. Looking for trucks or heavy equipment, Hilder Street Auto and Equipment, located at 2209 Route 2, is your one-stop shop. From skid steers to bulldozers, dump trucks, and excavators, buy, rent, or consign with confidence. Call 951-1514 or visit hilderstreetauto.com today. Coverage on Ticket TV also brought to you by Maniac and Sniff and Snack. Burgers for you, biscuits for Bowser. Maniac Snack Shack and Sniff and Snack, because best friends snack together. As another goal winds up in the back of the net for the Bangor Rams. Dom Queso not even celebrating this effort.
That was kind of the same thing. Backside, he looked like he was offside.
Referee right there,
Yeah,
one
right.
touch. Willett was calling for it before Queso even connected with the ball. And at this point, a 4-goal effort for Dom Queso just leaves him saying, yeah, I've been here before.
That might have been the easiest of them all.
11:49 left on the clock. A special night for the Bangor sophomore.
Very nonchalant celebration. He acted like he'd been there before, which he had been 3 other times in this game. So,
And making his way off the pitch here to a hand from the home crowd. Dom Queso not settling for just a hat trick here tonight at Cameron Stadium, making it 4 for the Rams. All 4 goals coming in the second half. The first one, 44 seconds into the second half. The second one, about 8 minutes, 51 seconds into the second half. Then he scored 12-14 into the second half. And that one, just shy of 29 minutes into the second 40. 11 minutes remaining here tonight at Cameron Stadium, where our coverage is brought to you in part by Sweet Frog. From Friday Night Lights to the roar of the soccer crowd, Sweet Frog is your go-to game day treat. Stop by 878 Sweet Bee, Stillwater Avenue in Bangor, and pile on the fun with froyo and ice cream and all your favorite toppings. Sweet Frog, where sports and sweets always win. Something tells me Dom Queso is used to scoring goals in his soccer career based on the reactions after pumping 4 into the back of the net here tonight for the Rams.
yeah, it just kind of shows the backbreaker that first goal was 40 seconds into the first half. Like I said, Brewer had built a little bit of momentum. They were able to get into the offensive end in the last 10 minutes of the first half. Then you get a halftime, and how halftime works in a lot of sports, it can either keep you going, and it takes a lot to get through a halftime, keep that energy up, and changes happen. Coaches make changes, both schematically and player-wise, or tactically, I should say, and that's kind of what happened. You know, that the wind came out of their sails early. I think they felt like, okay, we're in this game, we're against the rival, and then you give up a goal 40 seconds in, and it's easy to stop believing. We saw that happen, as we talked about earlier, in the Hamden game. It's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Everything kind of, compounded on top of itself, just like that game. They'll get it figured out. Coach Poland does a great job. They've been in this situation before where they've not started the season the way they wanted and battle back, and by the end of the season, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Witches have had plenty of regular season success here in recent seasons. As the Rams nudge that one out of play. We got one more picture-in-picture break to send you off to. First, we'll see what comes of this move for the Witches at their attacking end. As that ball is played out. Thrown in the direction of Osney. Back here for a shot on goal. Intercepted along the way by Wesley Ty. And swept out by the Rams defense. Let's send you off to that final picture-in-picture break. Keeping an eye on the action here at Cameron Stadium. Back for the conclusion of commentary. The end of this one coming up in just a few moments on Ticket TV.
Harvey RV and Marine in Glenburn is turning 2025 holdover season into their biggest RV savings event of the year. Shop luxury motorhomes, fifth wheels, campers, and compact travel trailers, all with can't-miss discounts and pricing. Or you can shop their huge selection of pre-owned RVs for even more savings. Plus, trade-ins are always welcome. Couples, families, and adventure lovers, this is your chance to downsize or upgrade and live the RV lifestyle at Harvey RV and Marine, just 6 minutes past Tractor Supply, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
My name's Mia, and McDonald's is helping me earn my degree. Through Archways to Opportunity, I can work and take college classes while receiving help with tuition payments. It's more than a job, it's my future. Apply today.
Back here in Bangor, the Rams throwing it in down at their attacking end, looking for a 5th goal of the night, tossed in by Sudborough. Back at his feet there momentarily. Trying to win possession back for Bangor. He does so. Then shouldered off the ball was Nate O'Donnell, sophomore forward, sent to the turf. For over 40 years, Union Street Towing has been serving the greater Bangor area. They feature tow trucks, flatbed towing, recovery services, and roadside services such as lockouts and jump starts. Fully licensed and insured. Call Union Street Towing at 942-4200. Ticket TV coverage also brought to you by Sweet Cheeks Bakery. If you've got a craving, Sweet Cheeks 24-hour bakery has you covered. Open in Holden, Verona Island, Ellsworth, and their newest location in Newport. Also coming soon in Bucksport. From cookies to cupcakes, pies to pastries, your favorites are always ready. Visit sweetcheeksbakes.com to find them on Facebook. Reminder coming up after the game, it is the McDonald's post-game show here on Ticket TV. Game highlights, 4 goals to show you from the second half, as well as the play of the game, player of the game, and another look ahead at the upcoming broadcast schedule for Ticket TV and this week on the airwaves of Maine Sports Leader 92.9 The Ticket. I wonder where we will ever go for player of the game tonight, Chris.
It's a good question. I'll take the next 5 minutes to see if I can remember anything that was important here to help me decide.
4 goals by 1 player for the Bangor Rams tonight. Sophomore Dom Queso has the Rams in position to even their record at 2-2 through the first 4 matches of the 2025 season. Support your local student athletes this fall with the Bucksport Hannaford. They're proud to cheer on their community teams and help make their season a success. Hannaford, proud to be part of the community. Ticket TV coverage also brought to you by Mainly Audio. Is your car still living in the 90s? Upgrade to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with Mainly Audio. Visit them at 191 Beachland Road in Ellsworth or call 667-9777 because your car deserves a smart upgrade, not just fuzzy dice. Inside the final 5 here tonight at Cameron Stadium. 4 second-half goals for the Rams. The difference in this contest. There's Godfrey with another touch for the Witches. He's been an active player tonight. Now springing Osney here. Smith well outside of the area. He was actually outside of the 18-yard box as he plays that one out of bounds.
Yeah, good pass by Godfrey and a good run on by Osney, and a great reaction by Smith coming up and taking away and anticipating that.
Here's Osney in the box. Left-footed shot. Took a couple deflections along the way, and Bangor's able to clear it. Paxton Snow was lurking there at the back post. Brewer jumping onto the ball, trying to get a consolation effort before they leave Cameron Stadium, as Smith has to sprawl to bring that ball into his control off the right-footed effort from Godfrey.
Yeah, it was a sneaky, nifty little move by Osney down the corner. He kind of deked like he was going to go back up to the top, and then the Bangor defender cheated that way, and he just slid inside and made a nice little shot across. And Brewer had an opportunity there for a minute if the ball got deflected through.
Chandler back out there for the Rams. Both teams making some substitutions here in the closing moments of the game. Brewer having to deal with this one. Chandler trying to jump on the end of it. Still hasn't given up down there. And now the Witches able to knock it forward a little bit.
Yeah, good defense by Jack Robertson staying with Chandler, because Chandler had some momentum getting the ball down there, and Robertson was right there to take it away at the final moment.
Rams working hard to keep that clean sheet intact here for the final 2 minutes. Here comes Brewer sprinting up the pitch, trying to send one in front of Osney. Dealt with by the back line of the Rams. Coverage of tonight's game presented by Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth, because nothing runs like a Deere. Ticket TV also presented by Darlings in Bangor. They have you covered for sales and service. Shop new Ford, VW, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Volvo, and Kia models, or used of all makes. Visit darlings.com. Tundi Odele forced out of play right there to give the ball back to the Rams. .60 seconds remaining tonight from Cameron Stadium. Your one-stop source for office equipment and office furniture. It's Levesque Business Solutions. Call 942-2226 or visit LevesqueBusinessSolutions.com. And for over 5 decades, Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, feel good and look good in a clean, shiny car. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. Bangor just playing out the final seconds of what will be their second victory of the season. The Rams improving their record at 2-2. The Witches will fall to a 4th straight defeat to open up the 2025 campaign. There is the final whistle as the ball is put back into play by the Witches. Bangor erupts off their bench to celebrate a clean sheet with Maddox Smith in goal. 4 second-half goals by Dom Queso lift the Rams over the Witches tonight at Cameron Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We're back to recap it all with the McDonald's postgame show coming up right after this.
Your local family-owned McDonald's on Wilson Street in Brewer, Union Street and Main Street in Bangor are currently hiring new team members. Schedules that fit your life with full-time, part-time, and flexible schedules that adjust with your needs. Pair individualized schedules with tuition assistance to further your education. It's a great, future-focused combination. Apply today at jobs.mchire.com. Search for your locally owned McDonald's on Wilson Street, Union Street, and Main Street. Explore your future at jobs.mchire.com.
Life is so much better when you impact the lives of those around you. And with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities. And right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
Fall into savings at the Furniture Gallery. Curl up with a leather reclining sofa for just $8.98. Hosting for the holidays, save up to 20% on dining furniture. Get the guest room ready with 10% off bedroom furniture and sofa sleepers from $6.25. Fall in love with your home this season with the help of the Furniture Gallery. Don't miss out on 18 months special financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, and North Windham.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a Deere. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Darling's Kia is your #1 Kia dealer in Maine, and we've got something for everyone. Whether you're shopping for an all-wheel drive gas, EV, hybrid, or plug-in hybrid, Darling's Kia has a full lineup to choose from. Plus, enjoy affordable lease programs and other incredible deals on award-winning Kias, all covered by our 10-year or 100,000-mile warranty. The best in the business. The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. Shop Darling's Kia. You'll do better at Darling's.
Sometimes life is a cluttered mess, but your car doesn't have to be. At Dean's Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will make your car look new again. Change your outlook. Book your appointment now at deansdetailing.com.
He can't catch a football, but he can fetch you a home. Catch Luke at Next Home Experience.
Welcome back to Cameron Stadium. The Bangor Rams victorious over the Brewer Witches 4-0 tonight in Class A Boys North soccer action on Ticket TV. We welcome you into the McDonald's post-game show. Extra value meals are back. McDonald's making the bold move to put value back on the menu so you can save when you make your favorites a meal. Whether you love the Big Mac, crave the Quarter Pounder with cheese, or can't get enough McNuggets, the value is there for you. Stop by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, as well as Wilson Street in Brewer, to find offers you won't want to miss. Let's get after it with the post-game highlights. They are presented by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. 4 second-half goals to show for you here. The difference in this contest, although we dial it back early, the Rams were rattling the woodwork quite a bit before finally breaking through and putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, they worked hard in the first half and got a lot of good opportunities, as we're going to watch here, and just weren't successful. And a lot of it was Elias Willett did a great job making some clutch saves, and then some shots that didn't go in that were just wide. But as we'll see in the second half, they broke the levee there, that first goal, and it just kind of dominoed to the rest of the goals in the second half for them.
See there, the freshman Paxton Snow for the Brewer Witches. Once again, coming on, trying to spark something for them there. That's how it got going for the Rams. Just one touch, one kick into the back of the net. See another angle there, past the dive of Willette. Dom Queso, again, goal number 2.
Just a good read to know when to go.
Great pass, too, by Gifford, if that was the intention there.
Right, yeah, and the official being on that side, like I said, it's great timing. This is that whole series here.
Yeah, Dom Queso trying once and twice, denied a couple of times by the post as he's looking for that hat-trick goal.
I don't know if I've seen as many posts in the game.
3 right there in one little run of play from the Rams. And then here comes that hat-trick effort. And guess what? Catches the iron as well.
Yeah,
just a great volley.
That takes a lot of skill to be able to do that. Between hand-eye, foot coordination, timing, keeping it down. I mean, that could have easily gone over him. He could have kicked it through the goalposts.
Willette there sprawling across the carpet to stop the ball played back. And you see a pattern developing with the Dom Queso goals as they go along.
Yes.
Play the volley over to him, watch him finish it.
Yeah, and that kind of what we talked about during the game, or I talked about Brewer giving a little bit too much space on the ball and giving space to be able to kick, because Bangor has some legs and they can send it across and free open, in this case, Queso. I mean, he lived on that. So
that he did. Once again, game recap, the scoring. Dom Queso, Dom Queso, Dom Queso, Dom Queso. He scored 44 seconds into the second half. He scored 8 minutes, 51 seconds into the second half. He scored about 12 minutes, 14 seconds into the second half, and then eventually adding his final one with just under 12 minutes remaining in the contest. Game recap brought to you by Uno Pizzeria and Grill, 725 Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. Great food, great drinks, great vibes. For takeout, call 947-5000 or visit unos.com. No surprise who the player of the game is going to be. First, we'll tell you which of those 4 goals we like the best. And Chris, it was actually the one that was scored while we were away. We were not on the call while this hat-trick goal was scored by Queso, the Quirk Auto Group play of the game. But that's the beauty of picture-in-picture. We got an eye on the action.
Yeah, and I think that as soon as it happened and we saw it, right to director Max Pottle, that's the goal.
That.
Yeah, cut that one, exactly. You got those highlights, and obviously Max did a great job, and the camera guys did as well, getting that. And
Dom with 3 volley efforts and 4 goals tonight for the Bangor Rams. That one, his 3rd of the night, our play of the game, presented by Quirk Auto Group. Dom is also our player of the game. That's presented by Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Whether you're watching some sports at the bar or taking the family out for a great meal and some fun, Heroes is the place to be, the official sports grill of Ticket TV in downtown Bangor and at heroesportsgrill.com. You show up on Ticket TV and score 4 goals, chances are you're going to be the player of the game.
That's going to happen.
From the player of the game now, a few things left to do in our post-game show. First, I'll tell you about Northeast Driving School. They've been the leader in driver training since 1969. Register for driver's ed courses today at Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. Go to northeastdrivingschool.com to select your course. We're also presented by Eastern Maine Community College at EMCC. Every student has a story. Some are just beginning, others starting a new chapter. Wherever you are, your future can start at emcc.edu. Let's take a look at the live events coming up the rest of the week on 92.9 The Ticket. Over the airwaves at Maine Sports Leader. You got Red Sox and A's baseball tonight. That one began at 6:45, so we're closing in on about the 5th inning right now. Last check, the Red Sox leading that game 1-0. Connolly early spinning another nice one in his second outing at the major league level. 3 strikeouts through 4 innings, just a couple of hits allowed. Tomorrow night, Red Sox A's again at 6:45, and then they wrap up the series Thursday afternoon. 1:35 the first pitch. Thursday night football kicks off week 3 in the NFL as the Dolphins take on the Bills in an AFC East showdown. 7:30 pregame, 8:15 the kickoff. And then on Friday night, the Red Sox head down to the Tampa Bay area, play the Yankees at Steinbrenner Field, the Yankees AAA site. 6:35 the pregame on Friday, 7:35 is the first pitch. As for the rest of the week on Ticket TV, here's what it looks like with our upcoming broadcast schedule. No games tomorrow night. We get a little reprieve and then back at it on Thursday up in Herman. Girls soccer between the Crusaders and the Hawks. Should be a good one beginning at 6. Friday Night Lights takes us to Doyle Field and Brewer. The Witches playing host to the Nokomis Warriors at 7. And then Saturday, a triple header of soccer action here on the ticket, beginning with a Class A showdown between the Bangor girls and the Camden Hills girls from right here at Cameron Stadium. 2:30 the kickoff time there, and then we shoot up to Old Town where the Coyotes play host to the Ellsworth Eagles, a doubleheader. Boys and girls action beginning at 5 and 6:30 to round out a busy 7-game week on Ticket TV. Only one thing left to do here, and that is to give credit to our crew around Cameron Stadium. Max Pottle down in the truck, whipping up the graphics, directing, producing. Matthew Cunha keeping him company, assisting on the directing duties, as well as running that scoreboard. Kim Mitchell, our outstanding camera crew of 1. And I'm Mark Paulette, joined in the booth tonight by Chris Hoare for this 4-0 Bangor victory.
Yeah, it's been 2 games, both 4-0 scores, both beautiful nights to play soccer. You don't get many of these left, so we're enjoying it up here, and it's been fun.
Soaking in some of that early season weather here in the fall of 2025. There's the final from tonight on Ticket TV. Bangor 4, Brewer 0. You've been watching high school soccer on Ticket TV.
High school sports on Ticket TV is presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor and Ellsworth. Nothing runs like a deer. Darling's Auto Group. You'll do better at Darling's. Visit darlings.com. Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. The Furniture Gallery, a family-owned Maine company with locations in Bangor, Augusta, and North Windham. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, the place to be in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop source for office equipment and office furniture. Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing since 1971. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. And Northeast Driving School, Greater Bangor's #1 driving school for 56 years. Eastern Maine Community College, one college, many possibilities. Visit emcc.edu. High school sports on Ticket TV is also brought to you by Maine Trailer, Dairy Queen in Old Town and Bangor, Uno Pizzeria and Grill, Acadia Federal Credit Union, Flash Me Maine Photo Booth Rentals, Autumn of Life Home Care, Black Fly Coffee, Angelo's Pizzeria, Hartford's Auto Service, UMaine Online, Old Town Redemption Center, the Coach House Restaurant, UMaine Athletics, Bennett Auto Center, Tiller and Rye, Orno and Callis IGA, The Growing Place, Bangor Tire Company, Pat's Pizza in Hamden, Union Street Laundromat and Dry Cleaning, Danforth's Down Home Supermarkets, AM Construction and Roofing, Doors Equipment Company, Hillside Athletics, The Fitch Company, Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales, Tim's Plumbing, The Farmer's Table, Knowlton Automotive, American Made Home Goods, Back Alley Bar and Grill, RT Electrical, Auto Radiator Services, Mainstay Skincare, Bucksport Hannaford, Mainly Audio, Maniac Snack Shack and Snip and Snack, Sweet Frog, Union Street Towing, Sweet Cheeks Bakery, Creative Options LLC, Brewer Federal Credit Union, Down East Toyota, Husson University, Harvey RV, Seaboard Federal Credit Union, Thomas College, First National Bank, Napa Auto Parts, and Hammond Lumber Company. High school sports on Ticket TV is a production of Sportsnet Maine and Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket.